And so calculating equivalent units. We'll do weighted average here using, we'll do FIFO there. Oh, damn it. Let's use those numbers. Well, we can't. Sorry. I have to bring this back. Because we don't know the percentage completion of your starting and ending. Too soon. We okay with this? Got it? Okay, here we go. We know the beginning work in process was 2,000 units, 100% completed for direct materials because they were done at the beginning of that process last month, and 50% completed for conversion costs because we were halfway through the process. We know we completed 44,000 units this period, and we know our ending WIP is 3,000. So which of the four numbers don't we have? How many units were started? How many units were started? Remember how to do that? Beginning WIP plus units started equal units completed and ending WIP. So 45,000 units started. Okay. So we know we completed 44,000 units. We know that 2,000 units of those 44 came from last period, right? So the first thing we did is complete 2,000 units. That were already in process. And then we had a total of 44,000. So we started and completed 42,000 units, right? Because we completed a total of 44,000. 2,000 of those were from last period and 42 that we started and completed this period. And so then we started and did not complete 3,000. Okay? Sure. We know we started 45,000 units, right? Do you know where that came from? Yeah. So you have to cover a total of 47,000 units were started or were in process before. 45,000 that you started now, 2,000 from the last period. That matches the total that were either completed or are going to be sent on to be completed next period. Of these 44,000 units that are completed, we're always going to complete the ones that were already started first, right? So you're going to complete these 2,000 units, leaving 42,000 more that were completed that were started this period. The 3,000 were started this period that were just left for a future period to be completed. You're not showing me that you got it. And you're probably not alone.
One more time.
Somebody want to use a different voice? Who gets it?
Can you just start from the beginning, like where the unit started, and like
Okay.
step by step?
Okay. This is January. You completed partially some work. In January, all the direct materials were put into a product. 50% of your overhead and direct labor will put into that product, leaving 50% to be done in February. Okay? We know in February we completed 44,000 units. And we know on February 28th there were 3,000 units still to be completed. They've already been 100% completed for direct materials because we put all the direct materials in at the very beginning. So that was done in February. And we know that 70% of the direct labor and overhead is also completed for them, leaving 30% of the work to be done in March for these 3,000 units. Okay? 45, all of your inputs need to equal all of your outputs. Your beginning work in process plus some number, 45, is equal to 44 plus 3. These are your outputs. They're either completed or they're going to next period.
45 you just threw out there? Or?
No, it's math. It's all of your inputs. You're either getting something from last period or you're starting at this period. And so we're calculating what was started this period. And that's 45. It's math. It's 2,000 plus 45. Your inputs equal your outputs. So I calculate. Plus 45 is 47 equals 47. All of your inputs have to equal all of your outputs. Okay? That's accounting for the physical units. That's step one of the process.
Oh, so
It all adds up to 47. Okay, so we got that. Now we're trying to determine what happened to these units during February. What happened? Well, 2,000 units came over from January, right? They were the first ones to be finished. They were already finished for materials. They needed to be finished for conversion costs. That's 2,000. We know we completed 44,000 altogether, right? Because it's given. So that left 42,000 that were completed in February that were also started in February because they were not brought over from January. So 42,000 were started and completed in February. Does that make sense? You got that? Okay. And then 3,000 were started in February. These are the last ones to start. They were started on February 22nd, and we couldn't get done with them. They'll be finished in March. That's given there. But they were started in February. So we now have kind of a picture of all of our units in this case. And these 3,000 units that will be completed in March were already completed for direct materials because we add all the direct materials at the beginning, and that was done on February 22nd. And for labor and overhead, they're 70% complete. Let's go forward, and hopefully that will help. Okay, so we'll do the same example for weighted average and FIFO, and we'll take a break after weighted average.